Okay, so we had just left off. We had just finished talking to the scholar about the devil character at the school, and now we need to go meet Olgrid at the temple because we've completed his 3 wishes at this point. Which I assume is close to the end of the DLC. Where are we going exactly, and is there a signpost near it? Going down this way, and there is a signpost fairly near it.
Choked to death on 3 pounds
Oh,
of steam.
fuck.
Got our mastercrafted cat school gear. Looking forward to getting our grandmaster stuff into Blood and Wine. My favorite experience in this game is I got the mutagen that retaliated damage. I entered a 1v1 tournament and won off of just taking damage. That's great. This poor town, chat, has been taken over by monsters. I think if we clear these out, they come back. Well, the ones who aren't dead anyways. They really need an area loot. Yeah, that would be a nice feature. Just like pick up everything. Yeah, I've not touched Cyberpunk yet. I'm planning to wait until Cyberpunk is more of a finished product to play it. I have a copy of it for the PlayStation. I think I plan to wait until they release the next gen version for the PS5, so it'll probably be like very late this year, early next year. Let them work out as many kinks as possible. It was very clearly a game that was released before it was ready, but that's pretty typical in the industry. This game was quite the disaster when it was first released as well, I'm told. It's quite good now. Yes, yeah, they wanted it released before the holidays, is exactly what happened. Are we in the wrong place? Is the temple like up above us? I think the temple is actually above us. No, we're right. Oh, yeah, it's over this way.
Strange choice of locale. Guessing there's a reason for it.
Wasn't me who chose it.
I assumed so. But since we're here, I believe you have something for me.
Fulfilled the 3rd wish.
How do I know this to be the rose? Very well might have picked this up at the Oxenfurt market an hour ago.
Look closely at it. Got it from Iris. It was the last thing that bound her to this world.
What?
decided she'd treat you like you once treated her. The rose is a symbol of your parting, and a punishment.
I suppose I deserve that. Iris. What a mess we made of it all. If I'd only known then how it would end.
He was not a very good husband, chat.
What's happening? I feel as though the hot irons pierce my chest.
Sorry to have kept you waiting. So glad to see everyone's moved.
Casually walking down out of the sky.
A little less trouble, lighter in the heart.
Odim, what do you want?
What do you mean, what? Your soul.
You forget. The pact states you can take it only once you've fulfilled 3 wishes, and...
And we stand together on the moon. Well, what do you know?
What? No. We had a pact. The moon is there. There! Not here.
I gave you what you wished for. Here, on the moon, our contract you fulfilled.
Boss, you cheated me.
I never cheat. It is done. Your soul belongs to me.
Deal's a deal, chat. He wasn't a particularly good man.
At last, it's over. We must meet again one day. Business with you is pure pleasure.
Gonna remove the brand?
Ah, right away. Done. Now, tell me what reward you've chosen.
Don't want a thing from you.
Are you certain? I am capable of a great deal.
Never been more sure. Goodbye, Odim.
Pretty sure we want nothing is the answer. You let him keep his soul? Nah. That dude deserved what he got. Oh, I didn't realize we were that close to the end of it. Okay, well, we're definitely starting Blood and Wine today. Piri Prime, thanks for the 3rd of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm super confident about this one, Ratchet and Clank for the PS4. That one sounds great, Dr. Mr. Punny. I really appreciate the tip. I'd be more than happy to add that one to the queue. All right, and we're level 36. This recommends 34, so we can just dive right into the next one here. Sounds great. Well, that's definitely not a way out. And you met him while he had a Heart of Stone to the deal. Maybe. I guess he'd had a Heart of Stone for a while. I don't know. I feel like he made some kind of crappy deal to begin with. is it really enabling evil to let a person be hurt by their own choices? I mean, that dude definitely got himself into it. We don't know, I guess, what his original deal was. Is O'Dim evil incarnate, or is O'Dim simply the embodiment that human choices have repercussions, many of which are negative? There's a thought for you. I'd like you to know that I'm a place in my life where I save credit reward points for adding variety games to your queue. That's great, Dr. Mr. Putty. I appreciate it. As someone who reads the EULAs of a lot of the games that he plays and streams, it's tough to me to have sympathy for people that make poor deals. As Geralt just showed us all, chat, he offered us something and we just said no thanks. It was literally as simple as saying no thank you, and he walked away from us because we made a good decision. Come on, you have to know that you're like not making good choices when like the other end of the bargain you're agreeing to is your soul, right? Like, I get that he definitely twists it, but like, you know who you're getting into bed with when the forfeiture is like your soul at the end of it. Alright, you gonna leave me alone? I'm not even using my soul, why not? I wonder if there's a nest around here I can get rid of to stop these things from spawning here. They're good for loot, though. The OG Slappy, thank you for the 27 months. I really appreciate it. Welcome back. I know the new Wonder Woman movie is largely disliked, but this feels a lot like what the movie is doing. Basically, cast Trumpism as a monkey paw wish. Yup. I can turn. By the way, mods, I'm putting sub mode on for card games again for Runeterra stuff, but if you're a mod and you're here when we switch over to doing variety stuff, feel free to turn it off. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. Variety games are more chill, less confrontational in terms of chat.
We've not got no need for your help.
Have no fear, good man. Our labors shall be done quickly. The prowlers to be banished for good.
Milton, look.
Get out!
In the flesh.
Hail, Witcher. Let us go inside and greet you as befits an old friend.
And you, fear not. We shall put an end to the rule of outlaws soon.
Their armor's slick looking. Very flamboyant. Very over the top unnecessarily.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Palmerin? I told you. The Griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyrac Peyrin and Palmerin de Launfal. Good to see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us our surroundings. When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hut as our lodgings. He swore it is the best hut in the village.
Get involved in some squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison had left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. A tyranny of bandits the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this
Afternoon,
village to
Kurt.
collect tribute. Milton and I will dissuade them.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern
Some genuinely
you, of course,
good
but
dudes, chap.
do us the kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present to you.
So, plan to go out and meet the bandits when they arrive? Fight them?
Parmeran wishes first to appeal to their sense of decency. But I expect they will be deaf to this.
Yeah, completely.
We must afford them a chance to stand down. Many a hardened outlaw has left the path of wrongdoing upon hearing words of admonition.
Doesn't happen in these lands. Ever.
If they do not heed my reprimand, we at least will know we have done all within our means to evade bloodshed.
Fine. Naturally, I'll help when Palmerin's rhetoric falls on deaf ears.
Excellent. Then we've but to wait for the rogues to arrive.
Hear that? Your bandits have arrived.
Let us go out to greet them.
Hark! Contemptible curs!
He mean us?
I, Palmerin de Launfal, call upon you to repent. Set your hearts. Do you not see that they are blackened?
Regular Punch and Judy here.
To prey upon commoners is no honor. To loot their meager stores, abandon the path of shame, and we will spare you.
Right good jest, that. Had us a laugh. Now, fuck off or we lose our patience and you lose something else.
Nay, wait, Zorg. These lads are a lark. Mayhaps they know some tricks.
Oi, players! Can you toss balls all loopity-like? Or do that thing where one spits fire while the other farts?
Noble Palmerin's giving you a chance. Now I'm gonna give you some advice. Do what he says.
Or what?
Or you'll find yourself fighting knights errant in the pay of the Duchess of Toussaint. And they eat scum like you with their morning porridge.
There's 3 of them. 2 turtled up in armor. We'll come back later.
Some wench sent them. Folk who say we's afeard of wenches and jesters.
Ooh, insulted the Duchess. Not good.
Indeed, we cannot let the affront go unpunished. I swear upon the Heron you will pay with your own blood!
By the crane, villains, ready your arms!
Well, it's been a while since we've died. There were a lot of them. It took an arrow to the knee, chat. We were never the same. I wasn't really paying attention to my health bar. Probably need to, probably need to keep my shield, my Quen up a little bit better. Move around the side and kill the ones. Am I still running a magic melee build? I am. Cat School gear lends itself well to that. I see why this is recommended level 34 though. Not an easy fight. A lot of those characters said they think they were 35. Damn it. Good lord. Alright. Probably need to back up a bit more. I decided to try and push forward after I knocked them down to try and kill them while they were prone, and then their buddies killed us. Should have told them they could deal with the bandits themselves, chat. That's fine. I like a little bit of a challenge. It's been a while since we've had to think things through. I think the last time we were in the garrison was the last time we really got put up against some issues. The quick save was good. I'm glad it quick saved right before the fight. This game's real good about that. Stupid arrows. Alright, we figured it out. Hey, Sly Blue, thanks for the support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Dicks with their crossbows. Oh yeah, got him. Third time's the charm, chap.
It is over. We have banished the scoundrels, lifted oppression's yoke from their lives.
Warned you it'd be like this. Fear you as much as they did the bandits now. Sorry, no fanfares and flowers. You're not in Toussaint.
Ah, it is true what folk claim. In the north, no noble deed goes unthwarted. It is time to go home.
And we shall, my friend. Come, Geralt. It's time we delivered our message.
Okay, but I got corpses to loot here in a minute after your message.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
is sacred in Toussaint. All right, fine.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Shall you answer her call?
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever. And the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses. Bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
Slender Man?
Beast wields black magic? What makes you say so?
The first victim vanished between bites at a feast. Of the feast-goers, none noticed this. They saw but an open window, then heard desperate cries from the street below, where a corpse had just been found.
The second killing, similar. A night in a locked room. Servants all about the house. Guards all around the estate. Yet the beast somehow got him out, dragged him to the town square, and killed him there. No one saw, nor heard a thing.
We have no fear of creatures against which sword and shield protect. But of this beast, nothing is known. Save that it cannot be traced, kills effortlessly, and with no rhyme or reason we can discern.
I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract. Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you. Yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
Then post-haste to Toussaint.
To Toussaint!
Am I not gonna get to loot all those bandits? Are you kidding me, game? We ended up with Yenna for this playthrough. Mayor. Wow. Wow. They denied us our stuff, chat. I just wanted my loot. We killed all those bandits. Rude. Dope Skis, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. That JJ, thank you for the 16 months. Really appreciate it. Wouldn't be here without folks like you. Welcome back.
Toussaint, the land of love and wine.
Exactly how I remembered it.
You will find Beauclair has changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
Oh, this is like a whole new area for this
Straight
DLC.
out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
Do you insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron.
Oh, he's still alive.
For my lady, you watch out! I kill a monster! One for all!
left the Northern Realms and are in the Empire now. Interesting. Hey, that JJ. Thank you for your generosity. I appreciate that. Good afternoon. I heard a sheep.
Big beast. Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, out with it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
A giant this close to human settlements? Strange.
Well, that was no ordinary giant. His name was Goliath, rumored to have been a knight once, but one who broke his vows. For this, the Lady of the Lake transformed him into a wild giant and banished him into the Gorgon Hills.
So he came back down? Why?
Several times each year, hunger chased him into the lowlands. Goliath had killed and devoured many shepherds. Guillaume's hunt served a noble cause. At any rate, it's a tale for more agreeable environs.
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it. Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Toussaint we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien Delatour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth, then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the Tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
These guys supposed to be the Three Musketeers. So I think that's just like the setting of all the knights in this area. Very colorful and French, it feels like, is the not a bad haul.
Brave kid, Guillaume.
Parmanin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
Run, Roach.
Mutations in Grandmaster Witcher gear. In Blood and Wine, you can undergo additional Witcher mutations to unlock new capabilities. Soon you'll run into a messenger who will deliver a very interesting letter. Read it and investigate the story of Professor Marr to learn about these mutations. They say Master Craftsman lives in Toussaint who can craft Witcher gear of unequal quality. What's more is you receive special bonuses for wearing all their parts of extraordinary kit. You will not regret these investigating options. I'll probably do one or both of those. I'm definitely doing the Grandmaster Cat School gear.
Come on.
Definitely a very different setting than the North, where they're currently at war. I imagine they're not at war in this area.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition.
This is a semi-autonomous duchy. They don't really have to do what the Empire says too much.
Come on, no one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything.
Yeah, there is a tooltip on the armor that said 3 and 6, I believe.
Hobnailed boots. Multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
Got guests. Careful.
I will send you all! Listen to Pirate!
Good. More exploders. Oh, there's another one over here.
Drawn here by the smell of blood. Let's keep looking.
Will I have to find Grandmaster plans like I had to find for all the other ones, or will the guy just have them already and be able to craft them?
Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free. Gonna dive in, make sure they didn't miss anything. Look at the rut. Guardsmen left this site by boat recently, probably to transport the body somewhere.
I have Whirlwind Attack, Mayor. So my current build out is this. And then I was leveling Rend up as an additional thing. Rend might be silly. I might reset these at some point and spend on that, but I wanted to get up into crippling strike or Sunder Armor. I finally got a better saddlebags though, so like I don't really need strong back. I don't really need strong back to increase my weight carry anymore. Yeah, Rend hasn't been great. I might reset out of Rend and pick a different move over here to do. Like something like counter. I don't counter attack. One of these had to do with dodge, right? Damage received from hits while dodging decreases by 20%. Yeah, I might do fleet-footed instead of this when I reset. But I think I want to get up to crippling strikes. Damn it. Nah, I haven't been messing with potions. I don't think I'm going to do that. I like just using swords and, what's it called? Swords and spells. Usually like to pick a playstyle and stick with it as opposed to just strictly min-maxing.
Chief, monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. You have to know where they took the corpse.
It's a little on the nose.
What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here. Corpse got caught in the nets. Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions, no matter the odds. Fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
Knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time. Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times.
First name basis with the Duchess, huh?
We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive. A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
Of course we have. But bravery's not enough against the beast. We use the dark powers.
I agree, Lanik.
By my troth, could that be the master?
The real monsters are usually the humans, so.
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking.
If the story ends up being about class warfare, it'll be super on brand for this channel. You're not wrong.
Peyrac Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound. I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchery trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why?
Is that Yen?
Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue,
In the hood?
he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about...
Looked like a black-haired woman.
His vineyard was auctioned off.
Nope, not yet.
Who
Just a
was
black-haired
that?
woman.
Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Rosel's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Rosell now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Rosell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one draw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed street preacher codswallop.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
They say anything else about the beast? Besides it being a messenger of the gods?
The Toussaintois are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring patron saints.
Picky monster. Thanks for the hospitality.
It's sounding more and more
Time I
human.
examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah. Duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Ha! Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the Palace Gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Such are the times, my good fellow.
Ducal clerks looking for help. Could be good coin to be made.
Try and avoid spoilers in chat, Kurt. I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. I do have a skill point available. We'll try one of these other skills. These two. Vitality reaches 0. Adrenaline will immediately be consumed to restore it. Undying could be good. Adrenaline point loss when taking damage is lowered. Instantly gain 1 adrenaline point when entering combat. Adrenaline points generated by sword blows are increased by 5%. That seems pretty decent too. I think I'm into that. What's going on, Alistair? I'm gonna replace Strong back over here, I think. And I think I might put a red mutagen in too. Well, I had a greater red and I wasn't using it. Let's fix the helps if I look more carefully where we're at. Just puts me to 40 there, and then I can put this one here for 14 attack power. Love it. How much currency are we at? We're at 1800. I might have to dip back and grab the reset potion so we can grab the reset potion to push our skill points around a little bit. The charge attack on our sword and the heavy attack hasn't been very good, so it's level 35. We're 37. Sounds good. I'll try and keep to. I've been doing some side questing, but I try and keep to the main quest if we're about the level it recommends. I think we'll mostly be above level for now, even for the DLC. We're at 37 now.
Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry. Must still be here. Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs. Killed with a single blow. Busted ribs, blood from the ears. Took a solid hit. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara though, or a Fletter. Bruxa, gotta be. In the cellar, gotta be. Claw wounds from 5 separate claws. Spread of a small human hand.
Spread of a small human hand.
In his cart.
Oh! I wonder if it is a vampire. Did the thing come back up then that killed them? The person that was on the cart from the water? Did it attack them?
Footprints. Small bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Hurled against the wall with great force.
Well, that tore the gate off the wall.
Down the grate.
Used this to batter down the grate. Yikes.
You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood.
Does it count as nudity if her nipples are covered in blood?
You are wrong. I cannot let you leave.
Come on.
Whoa! Well, the fight difficulty definitely ramped up in this DLC.
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?
Greater blue mutagen all on its own. Yeah, Whirlwind's great.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though.
Gross.
Limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
I wonder if she was there to retrieve it.
Nothing interesting besides the purse in his throat. So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand?
Hey,
Who does the hand
Coons.
belong to?
Thanks for the 29 months. Welcome back.
Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Hey, Kurt. Thank you for the 3/4 review. I really appreciate the prime. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Thanks for dropping it for some Witcher today. Should probably save after that last fight in the examination. I imagine that's the tournament they talked about.
Patrolling on an empty stomach.
Never you are. The air here is such disrespect. Just evil, my eyes spy. Trying to put stuff away so hot.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Store is done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerine. What about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
A tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Not always. Could go either way. Sometimes virtue wins, sometimes villainy gets the upper hand. Still worth being good.
But why? If it doesn't mean you'll win.
Palmerin's story. Think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. A rogue? Well, he can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree. Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents.
We gave the kids a dose of reality, chat.
Her Knight and Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way.
Exactly. Reality and a good message. There are a couple choices there. You could lie to them and play up being good.
Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar with only some elves on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
This is dangerous. Bells on its tail aren't enough.
I saw a spectacle of the sword at the arena in Nuremberg. There, a knight defeated a Shaelmar with bells on its tail.
Might have gotten lucky. Shaelmar might have been lame. Who knows? Only a Witcher has a real chance against a healthy Shaelmar. And that's not even every Witcher. Besides which, releasing a monster that dangerous in front of a crowd, plain irresponsible. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's captor a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
Well, we're gonna end up having to kill this thing, aren't we, chat? I've got big, we're gonna have to clean up this mess vibes coming from the monster in the cage. What are the odds this thing can climb those walls?
Imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Got a bad feeling about this.
I'd stop.
Damn it. We have to help him.
Such a triumph against all odds! Out, brief flame, and thus the witch's life is up. All our hopes, alas, had turned to dust.
Nah, I haven't really been using alchemy. Signs and swordplay. Ew.
The witch awakens when the time was true. The 12 gods and spun struck the monster right through. Like a bow who leaps at the love's first spurt, so the witch wooed Selma and now on Dodge, dive, flee, faint, its razor strikes belly, Selma's eyes loud, blood transforms into jelly.
Yeah, I have no doubt that in terms of min-maxing, what I'm doing is not efficient. I just don't prefer not to play the game min-maxed. Usually like to build my character in a certain way and then play that way through. That is how single-player games spark joy for me. Basically playing as a spell sword.
The Selma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
It suffered enough.
That's basically a mercy killing.
The monster lies slain! The fight is done! Praised be the victors!
Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He let the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Man, we're gonna miss on loot again. I wonder if we can go back to that peasant town where we fought those bandits, if the loot's still there, or does the loot disappear when you leave the area? Anybody know how Witcher handles that? Does it hang out till we come back, or can I dip back over there? Or is it gone?
Have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes.
Oh, Twitch chat. It usually persists. I think it will be gone.
Sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
Oh, Dandelion.
Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
That mustache, though.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I'm pretty sure we did insinuate that. And yes, it has been sloppy.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help.
Doing a bang-up job so far, dude.
We settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants.
Afternoon, Anusi.
He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later, on his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
The first two bodies being posed makes me wonder about the third, right? Because, like, the third was just found in the river, which is kind of a deviation from the first two being set up and posed after being killed.
So, the first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
Howdy,
You are
Mortex.
forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came
We
to
did,
espouse
Mortex.
them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
No, we finished Heart of Stone at the start of today, Etwat. We did basically all of it in our previous play session on Saturday. We just met at the Moon Rock today when we started. And remember, folks that are saying they missed bits and pieces, you can always find the entirety of my playthrough up on my YouTube channel in a playlist.
Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic.
You want to dip back into any parts you missed?
The garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Yeah, the end of Heart of Stone was good. The third wish.
Your Grace!
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward! Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Your Grace seems right at home in a saddle.
Clear the path! Clear the way, I said!
Damn it!
It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Twitching and Modi Mom and Asuka, thanks for the follows. Welcome to the channel this afternoon.
I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look. The Colton fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other Phoenix Egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Yeah, the new music is excellent.
Can I shoot your crossbow?
If one were to call a state courageous or coward, what other part of the state would one have in mind, if not that which fights and goes to war?
But this is no true unicorn.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Crispy apple. Should like that like any other damn horse.
Prepare it by placing in the appropriate slot and then using art. Sure.
It's Victor, Countess Laturna's steed.
An apple. Yum yum. Easy. Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback.
I like how it says unicorn in quotation marks.
Move it. Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
What the blazes?
Did someone just dive in the water?
Who is that man?
What a scoundrel!
What a scoundrel.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavily coursed of trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
A key.
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful.
Dirty, dirty, rotten cheater. Chat ruined the game. Just random peacock walking around the garden. So I'm taking your toy and I'm breaking it.
Oh, is my head ever spinning after last night?
But your grace.
No buts.
If you please, your grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Too cryptic, this riddle. Got no idea what it's talking about.
Then be silent and let me think. Look, if we take Rome, hollow it out and fill it with ease, the letters, that is, we get green. Then mouse, but starting with what heads heart cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks, and the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
See, chat, we're just the diving into the water part of the operation. She's the brains.
Wait here.
What the butch?
What was that?
Get him, Geralt, get him. Parkour! Teleporting is cheating, monster, right? Big mood.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Not here to talk about me.
Yet, that is exactly what we are doing. So, did they send you after me? Who are they?
What do you mean, they? Duchess hired me. You've been murdering her subjects.
Is it as simple as that? I would ask you to convey to the Duchess that I've but one victim left, but you'll not get the chance.
Kill it. Ugly bastard.
Parried my sword with these claws. Yeah, the potion, I picked up some health potions at some point. We haven't been crafting them, but we found them, so might as well use them.
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out of it, convince him to stop murdering.
Why do you think I've come? It shall not be easy, as Dettlaff can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I surrender readily.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is, how would you humans put it, more bestial than I am. But not to worry, I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here, at least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Huh. Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once in the street had offered Dettlaff an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Dettlaff's trump card is his herd instinct, his tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him, immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Dettlaff doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Dettlaff is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I'd prefer they not find me here. I'd makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Gosh, the vampires and the wizards in this world are so interesting in terms of lore and what they could do.
Witcher, we've
Really well developed.
Our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, Where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Psychologist, thank you for the 28 months. It's a long time. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Please recommend new quests from Blood and Wine are marked with a red exclamation point. All right, sure. All right, we're there. I need to go here to repair my stuff. Very pretty town. Very different feel than
Sir! A letter for you, sir!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Details, chat.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
Dearest.
I suspect weighty affairs, rather than merely the wine festival, have drawn you to Toussaint. Perhaps you'll find time to probe a certain matter in spite of this. I recently came across the mention of one Professor Moreau, a scholar in Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. Though the details are rather murky, as is the location of the scholar's laboratory, his journal could contain more information. It lies buried with him in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the book I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. I felt this matter could prove of some importance to you, thus I dispatched this letter without delay. Whatever you decide, please take exceedingly good care of yourself. Your Yen.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
Strength's gone.
Oh, Yen hasn't completely abandoned us, chat. We haven't seen her since the end of the main game when Ciri died, and I assume the fact that we weren't with her meant that she needed some time to process. We got, for those of you that weren't here for our main game playthrough, we got what chat referred to as the bad ending. Mafia, thank you for the 18 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Are they down below? Perhaps.
Nice tune.
Oh, Witcher. Whatever.
Hmm? Maybe I gotta wait till daytime. It says 3 a.m. Maybe they come out. There's good, bad, and worst, and we got the worst. Tilt. Do you need to go around behind, maybe? Ah! That the issue?
Come on, come here. I shan't bite you.
Ah, that was it.
The best armor around. That is what I forge.
What have you got there?
Sorry, just started today. What romance option did we get? We were with Yen in this playthrough. Or do you mean at the very end? I should check and see what these swords break down into. Green gold ore, dark steel, iron ore. Those sound very exciting. These are all worth a good bit. It's worth more than most. We repair this is probably a little bit more, but I'm going to upgrade that one.
So long.
The serendipity.
We did coin flip because Yennefer left us at the end of the last story without a trace. $39. Wow, we're actually a little underleveled for that, huh? Oh, sweet. It puts the meet merchants at camp. We're just level 46. Wow, we're off a little bit. Geralt received a letter from Yennefer about a usual discovery she has made. We'll go do that one. It's only 35.
I never thought I'd live to see times like this.
I guess it's almost 3 o'clock. This is probably a decent break point for the afternoon. We just got through of all that. We can pick up here tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do that and be a responsible adult. Thanks everybody for hanging out today, by the way. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I stream full-time here on Twitch. Usually I'm here for 6 to 8 hours most days of the week. I do turn-based strategy stuff. We play a lot of card games, Riot's Legends of Runeterra, as well as single-player story-driven stuff like this. Phoenix Sonic, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. If you want to check out the entirety of my playthrough, I'm going to add this bit to my YouTube channel here momentarily. All 50-some hours of my first Witcher 3 playthrough there are going to be up start to finish. I've done a couple little things off stream, mostly around crafting, but all of the questing and main storyline stuff is up there on the playthrough. I'll be back tomorrow morning with some more Runeterra and then some more Witcher to follow it up afterwards. Everybody stay safe out there. Peace, folks.